And for those of us, when we find ourselves entangled in a relationship with someone who's doing this destructive push pull dynamics, it can leave us reeling, especially if we are already struggling with these deep emotional wounds of abandonment and rejection. And the intensity of these relationships have this way of triggering our deepest fears of being unlovable, and all the while creating this storm of confusion and anxiety and emotional turmoil that can be incredibly difficult to escape. Now, I feel it's critically important for those of us who find ourselves getting entangled in these kinds of relationships to understand that those individuals who we form attachments to, who are enacting these very destructive push pull dynamics that we get ensnared in, they're often not fully conscious or cognizant of what it is they're doing. All of us, to some degree, we're all emotionally wounded in one way or another. And the fact that we've never learned to work constructively with our emotions, that when emotions are distressing or painful or uncomfortable in any way, we tend to push them down, to disconnect from them, to distract ourselves. I think it was Carl Jung who initially said, neuroses is always a substitute for legitimate suffering. And so generally across the board, when people suppress emotions or disconnect from them or distract themselves, numb themselves, what happens is there's a way in which we enact certain behaviors instead of being able to heal the wounds and resolve the issues and conduct ourselves in a way that is somewhat more sane. We tend to enact various dysfunctional dynamics